Great, great. So if we take a step back and, talk broadly about data governance and the issue of privacy being a component of it, can you tell us a little bit what are the key success factor to, run a robust data governance, process within within an organization? What would you say is important to factor in?
Sure. So data governance is a hard sell to businesses because you can't always give a return on investment at the beginning. It's all kind of like ideology and it's all going to be great if we do this.
Actually, how do you think about return on investment with data governance before we dig into it?
It's tricky. It's not an easy conversation to have because when you ask for your budget and your people, you're kind of saying, if we get this wrong, there's an effect. And it's very difficult without having it in place to be able to demonstrate how good it can be. So things like really good example, data retention, storage costs. If you've not got appropriate retention periods, 100% guaranteed the organization is paying for more storage than it needs because you know nobody's taking that action to it's usually automated now, automatically delete data after a certain period. So it's really the way I've always approached it is find a few quick wins. So things like storage, you can easily say we can reduce the storage by X by implementing this, and that will save you Y across 3 years. And then you can say, this is data governance. This is a real life example of data governance. It's not just a team, sat in the background playing with tooling. This is real life impact on the business. I think a really key component to be successful data governance is your ownership and stewardship. So it's not a case of saying we're here to tell you what to do with data. It is you're empowered to do what you need to do with your job. You're responsible for this data domain. And these are the guardrails that you need to think about when people in your team or people in the data team come to you with questions. This is what we expect of you to be able to manage things in line with the strategy. So it is a really, really tricky area. Same with privacy, really. They're not sexy subjects that the board want to talk about. And the impact, if you get it wrong, can be catastrophic for an organization. So it's really important to have these conversations.
How bad can you get, actually?
So there's some huge fines now. GDPR is 4% of global turnover or 20 million euros, whichever is greater, potentially. That's for huge, really bad non-compliance. Interestingly, the EU AI Act is actually higher than that, which I think has gone kind of isn't. You don't see that in the headlines. The EU AI Act has kind of quietly come into legislation with absolutely huge, huge, huge fines for getting it wrong. Not read a lot about it. So I think organisations moving forwards will be really, having to give a bit of attention to the AI Act because that has an even more financial impact if you get that one wrong.